Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Assembly Bethesda On Air. I am your host, Hayne Fogarty. Today, we are diving into a topic that touches the heart of our faith in a special way. We are talking about why beauty and sorrow often appear together in Christian art. This isn't some heavy lecture, my friends. We'll keep it casual, like friends chatting after service. Grab your coffee or tea, and let's explore this together, shall we? You know, Christian art has this incredibly profound way of blending the lovely with the hard stuff, doesn't it? You see it everywhere, in old churches, in paintings and sculptures that have stood for centuries. Why is that? What makes these artists, across different eras, choose to depict both the breathtaking and the heartbreaking side by side? Well, it comes straight from the very heart of the Bible, and more importantly, the life of Jesus himself. His story, our Savior's story, mixes miracles that take your breath away with moments of deep, agonizing pain. Artists throughout the ages picked up on that, portraying both sides, and honestly, it makes the art feel so true to life.
Let's start right at the beginning. In the early days, Christians used simple symbols, subtle yet powerful. Think about the cross. It wasn't just two pieces of wood. It stood for the worst day imaginable, yes, but also for the greatest victory humanity has ever known. It's that blend right there. Later, as Christianity grew and people could build bigger, the Gothic style came along. And wow, did they build. Those tall, soaring buildings with their pointed arches, they reach for heaven in such profound beauty, don't you think? Yet, what do you often find inside? Scenes of the Passion, depictions of immense suffering. That mix, my friends, is no accident. It's a deliberate artistic choice that shows us, visually, how God turns mourning into dancing, just as the Psalm says. It's a powerful testament to our faith's core message. When we see it, it resonates deeply, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, there's always a promise of something more beautiful ahead. It's a foundational truth, illustrated in stone and glass.
Now, let's talk about stained glass. Have you ever stood in a cathedral when the sun hits those windows just right? The colors flood the space like a promise, a dazzling, almost overwhelming beauty. It's truly breathtaking, isn't it? Yet think about what many of those windows actually show. Jesus carrying the cross, or Mary weeping at the tomb. The sorrow, in a strange and beautiful way, makes the light mean even more. It reminds us that the light of Christ, that eternal hope, shines brightest in our darkest times. Casual believers like you and me, we can absolutely relate to that. Our weeks have good moments and tough ones, moments of joy and moments of struggle. Art like this, it encourages us to see God in all of it, to find His presence in the beautiful and especially in the broken. Medieval artists, they truly understood this. They poured time, heart, and soul into every detail. Gold backgrounds for glory, careful expressions for raw emotion. A crucifixion painting might have a dark, foreboding sky, yet almost always a ray of light breaks through. That's hope in sorrow, beauty in the careful brushwork. It's not about making pain pretty. It's about showing it honestly, next to the greater beauty of love and redemption.
We could talk for hours about specific works, but the core idea, the simple truth is this. Beauty draws us close to God, captivating our spirits. Sorrow, on the other hand, shows the cost and the depth of His sacrifice. Together, they paint a full, undeniable picture of redemption. Think about Jesus weeping, then rising. That pattern, that profound cycle, is everywhere in Christian creativity. In cathedrals, every pillar, every intricate carving tells part of the story. You'll find leaves and flowers symbolizing new life, right alongside gargoyles reminding us of evil defeated. The overall effect? Awe-inspiring and deeply reflective. People would enter these spaces feeling the weight of life and often leave with a profound sense of peace. That, my friends, is the power of this combination. What's interesting is how this applies to our worship today. Songs we sing often have verses about struggle and choruses of praise, don't they? It's the same idea,
just expressed visually in art. It helps us process our own sorrows by showing they fit into a bigger, beautiful plan. The Gothic period especially loved this concept. They created spaces that felt like heaven touching earth, acknowledging our human reality of faith, complete with tears and trials. It's comforting, because it's real.
For those new to this concept, it might seem a little odd at first. Why not just pretty pictures? Well, here's the thing. Faith is not shallow. It meets us in the valley just as surely as it meets us on the mountaintop. Art that shows only one side misses the truth. Casual observation of these works can genuinely deepen your walk with God. Next time you see such art, take a moment, sit with it. Notice how the sorrow makes the beauty richer, more meaningful. Historical context adds even more layers. After times of plague or war, artists often leaned heavily into this theme. It gave people something solid to hold on to. Beauty promised restoration, while sorrow acknowledged what they had lived through. The Christian message fit perfectly. We see echoes today in modern Christian creators, using digital art or mixed media with dark tones and bright accents. Same timeless message. God is with us in pain and in celebration. The theological reason for this, ultimately, is the incarnation. God entered our sorrowful world and brought the beauty of salvation. Art simply reflects that profound mystery. It's not distant, it's close and personal. So my friends, this pattern encourages us, believers, to create too. Write, draw, sing with honesty. Show the mix. That is authentic faith. We've covered a lot today, from history to personal application, and I hope the why is clear. Beauty and sorrow appear together because they tell the full story of Christ and our lives in Him. Thank you for joining me today. As always, it's a pleasure to spend this time with you. God bless, and until next time, courage. If you like what I do here, head on over to www.assemblybethesda.com.